Hi, and welcome to the guide to being a world packer. What is Worldpackers? It's a website online that essentially allows you to exchange accommodation for skills. So you can do things like cooking, cleaning, being a tour operator, a party promoter, a DJ, a musician, a website designer, social media manager, video editor, photographer, and whatever else you can possibly think of that you can do. It depends on the hostel and the place. Usually those are the types of skills that they're looking for. So if you have one of them or more than one, which you probably do, you're in luck, and that allows you to actually travel the world without having to pay even the cheapest hostel, which come out to, you know, maybe $20 a night in most places in the West. You can save on that, which means that you can actually travel for an extended period of time, like I'm doing here. In the first month in Japan, I've actually spent only maybe like $500, and I've traveled quite a bit. I've partied like crazy, and I've eaten like a king. So let's take a look at what the job here in Hakone, Japan, near Mount Fuji, actually entails. So every hostel is different. This one in Hakone is called Case House. You always start at 11 a.m. and you finish at 3 p.m. So that's about 4 hours a day. And most places on Worldpackers actually have a similar amount of hours, but you do have to be careful because some places want you to work way more, and I my personal recommendation is to avoid that, because you don't want to have an 8-hour Worldpackers job to pay for a room, which is basically $25 a night. Essentially the concept is the least amount of hours of work for the best kind of location and lodging opportunities. So the job is not tough at all, it's not complicated, and you do get to enjoy some gorgeous views of the area. The staff is wonderful. They really are. Masao-san, Asa-san, Sakura-chan, everybody's wonderful. They take you in like family. Alright, another major part of the job is to spray this thing, which is essentially like Febreze, Japanese version of Febreze, onto the futons, like that. First thing you have to do is use this thing they call korokoro, which is to get the little fluffy fluff balls off of the futons. Do the same with the bed sheets as well as the pillows. Okay, and then once you're done doing this, let's finish this one really quickly. Okay, then you have to roll the futons up. So the hostel has a lot of different rooms, this being the dorm. And these are actual capsule style beds, which is where you will be staying. And it's not too spacious, of course. It's actually very cozy. This is mine. I'll show you mine, and that way you can get a good idea of how it is to live inside of it. See? It's very cozy, and mine is a little bit messy, but you get a little space to put your stuff in and whatnot, so it works good enough for me. The bed is comfortable, so is the pillow. Everything is always very clean. You also get a yukata, which is a Japanese style bathrobe, which is really cool. So it depends by the day, but you have about 4 hours of work regardless. And the nice thing is that I actually listen to music the whole time, and I listen to TED Talks, podcasts, so I do a lot of learning While I work, my friend was doing language lessons with his earphones, so he was actually learning Japanese, and he actually became pretty fluent in 1 month. In my opinion, one of the best times to come to Japan in general, and Hakone especially, is somewhere around March, beginning of April, because you can actually enjoy the sakura, which are the cherry blossoms. And these are all over the mountains. Here on this side you can't really see them, but there's entire roads full of them, and they're just spectacular. They're so beautiful, and as the wind blows the petals down, it's just pure poetry in my opinion. Anyway, so you want to go from this to that. That's essentially the finished product, and this is the most time-consuming part of the job. But it's not tedious, it's not bad. You get to listen to music and listen to podcasts or whatever you like to do. So now let's move on to the next part of the job. And on the top floor we have a little bath. This is the first floor. Little dining area, kitchen area, and this is the lounge where everybody hangs out. Right now nobody has checked in yet, so this is the most quiet time of the day. There's a wonderful view outside. Okay, this is my least favorite part of the job. You can imagine why. Fortunately enough, there's not that many toilets in the hostel, and it only takes about 5 minutes for the whole hostel to do the toilets. Second least favorite part of the job, not too bad either, not as bad as the toilet for sure, is the sinks. So you just kind of spray it as if you would at your own house. Use this little guy and just kind of scrub. I highly recommend this location. It's wonderful if you enjoy a relaxed, natural, healthy environment. I would not recommend it if you're looking for a lot of crazy partying and fun. I would recommend something more like Tokyo or Osaka, something like a bigger city. There we go, nice and clean. Now I'm a digital nomad, and that means that this is not really a vacation for me, it's just a lifestyle. And Worldpackers comes very in handy because essentially, since I am sort of like a training digital nomad, I don't make that much money online yet. So Worldpackers allows me to reduce as many costs as possible, because not only do they provide accommodation, but some places actually provide up to 3 meals a day, laundry, free internet. So basically anything other than phone, I don't really have any other costs, which means that my money goes a very, very long way, and I don't need to make that much in the beginning to sustain myself and to actually save up. The weather's pretty nice in April. In March it's a little bit chilly, but not too bad. Down there are the two onsens. There's the indoor onsen, and the outdoor onsen is on this side. Onsens are natural hot springs. They're wonderful. You can kind of hear the water falling. Here we are in the middle of the countryside. It's gorgeous. We're actually on the old Tokaido, which is the ancient, most important route of medieval Japan. It used to connect Kyoto to Tokyo. And there's a lot of history, there's a lot of temples, a lot of nature, forests, and a lot of hot springs, which are wonderful. If you need to regenerate, I'd say take a month off, come here, enjoy it, relax, feel better. You have to do the mirror. It's not too bad of a job, it's just self-explanatory really. The next thing you have to do is vacuum. Okay, at this point you're almost done. The last thing that you have to do is get the bed sheets and put them on top of the futons, and that's it. After that, you're good to go. There is actually a very good atmosphere here. It feels a lot like a hostel, so you get a lot of international young people. There are a lot of fun of both sexes, and I've made a lot of connections, and I can't wait to actually see them halfway across the world, wherever they are right now. Oh my god. We got enough booze, Will?
What do you think?
You drunk. You sir are drunk.
Not yet.
Not yet. So keep an eye out for our new videos. I'll make sure to recommend you more ways to travel cheaply and live abroad and live a digital nomad lifestyle, make income online, and essentially be a citizen of the world. Sake and a lot of munchies.
Cheers. Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu, brother. Cheers, kanpai.
Kanpai, let's get drunk.
Yes. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.